Some of you may be tired of all the negative messages about Jackson.
You might be sick of questions from people who don't live, work, or worship here.
We've all read the social media, the newspaper articles, we've seen the TV, we've heard on the radio about how bad Jackson is. It's not all negative news. Let's hear some good news about Jackson.
This Holy Week, St. Andrew's Episcopal Cathedral is celebrating Table Turning Monday by changing that conversation and reclaiming the good news about this city that we love. On Table Turning Monday, we remember a commonly neglected but absolutely central piece of the Holy Week story. On Palm Sunday, Jesus enters the gates of Jerusalem to triumphant shouts of a welcoming crowd, but by Good Friday, he's publicly condemned and crucified. What accounts for this dramatic shift in public opinion?
A reading from the Gospel according to Mark. And he entered into the temple and began to drive out those who were buying and those who were selling. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he would not let anyone carry anything through the temple.
He was teaching and saying, "Is it not written, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations? But you have made it a den of robbers."
And when the chief priests and the scribes heard it, they kept looking for a way to kill him, for they were afraid of him, because the whole crowd was spellbound by his teachings. And when it was evening, Jesus and his disciples went out of the city.
By turning these tables, Jesus was shining a light on the exploitation of the poor and challenging the authorities' perpetuation of injustice. As Christians, we are called to follow this example, shining a light on the injustices in our own communities. This year, we would like to challenge the negative media messages about our city that are perpetuated by both national and local media outlets, as well as by common rumors. These negative messages create false impressions and perpetuate damaging myths.
Myth. People don't want to live in Jackson, so they're leaving for the suburbs.
Truth. While Jackson had a decreasing population from 1980 to 2010, the population had grown by thousands over the last 5 years, with increasing growth each year.
Myth. Jackson is so overrun with crime that I don't feel safe going downtown.
Truth. Violent crime is rare in downtown Jackson, with rates decreasing significantly over the last 5 years.
Myth. There are no successful public schools in Jackson.
Fact. In recent years, a growing number of schools have been designated high-performing or even star schools, including Bailey Magnet, Power APAC, McWillie, and Davis. In fact, recent JPS graduates have enrolled in top-tier local, regional, and even Ivy League institutions.
Myth. Jackson's infrastructure is crumbling because of disengaged residents who want things handed to them.
Truth. Over 90% of Jacksonians voted to raise our own taxes to support a new infrastructure.
Myth. There's nothing to do in Jackson.
Truth. Are you kidding me? There's everything to do in Jackson. Symphonies, operas, plays, music, blues, rock and roll, bluegrass, jazz, fine dining restaurants, casual restaurants, anything you want to eat, anywhere you want to go, great bookstores, great shopping. Just stop what you're doing, get in your car, and come to Jackson.
Myth. Businesses and nonprofits don't want to be in downtown Jackson anymore.
Truth. Downtown Jackson is a great place to work. I've been working downtown for the Women's Foundation about 10 years. I love it every day. It's clean, it's safe, day and night, and it's a really vibrant place to work.
Myth. With all that is happening around the country, Jackson could break into racial unrest at any moment.
Truth. Jackson, unlike many cities experiencing violent racial conflict, has a police force and city government that is completely representative of the racial makeup of the city.
Myth. Jackson is a dying city.
Truth. Jackson is experiencing resurrection. Jackson is experiencing resurrection.
Jackson is experiencing resurrection.